Oh. This should have won the fucking WrestleMania yesterday. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another week of shit. We have a lot to talk about. And one of the things that we're talking about, the big things, is WrestleMania 39. This table is wobbly. I don't know why. Gotta put it like a salt packet or something under. But we're talking about WrestleMania 39. Dang, there's so much to unpack. Let's start night for night, right? We got to do that. So we're gonna go night one. Fine. Night one was just amazing. Night one was probably one of the best WrestleManias I've ever seen. Oh my god. It kicked off great, but every time I don't even want to think about night two. Night two was just so bad. I'm trying to pull up the card for night one, night one started off with a banger: John Cena versus Austin Theory. I don't know what anyone expected to get. Did you think that John Cena was going to win and come back and defend the U.S. title for however long? If he won, he was going to lose it immediately within a month. And John Cena was probably only coming back for this night, and that's it. We're not seeing John Cena again. It was already enough that we were seeing him do promos for he was doing promos for 2 months with him and Austin Theory. That was already enough. That's it. He's done. Back to movie making. Fast and the Furious is coming out. Back to doing promos for that. He doesn't have time to be defending U.S. championships. So that match, I just felt like it was a little lackluster. I didn't see anything. It wasn't really glory. That match was just I gave it a 7, 6, but it was still good. It was a good start to WrestleMania. John Cena, 16-time world champion. Gotta bring him in here. He has I did not know this. My boy has a 75% win rate at WrestleMania. That is OD. He has the highest win rate at WrestleMania. Okay, take that back. Undertaker has the highest win rate, but we don't really count on Undertaker, as he's only lost one time. But he has the second highest win rate at WrestleMania of all time. That's insane. After Austin Theory, the showcase match was insane. The 8-man tag match, that was a show. You just had high flyers, cruiserweights. Then you had this giant Braun Strowman in there. I thought him and Ricochet put on a show. I think everyone just did. And then the Street Profits took it. Oh my god, did they take it? I think they deserve it. I cannot wait for the Street Profits to win the tag titles, defend them for a bit, somehow lose it, break up, and put Montez Ford on the map. I need Roman Reigns to lose these titles so we can get back to scheduled wrestling programming where there's a title on Raw, a title on SmackDown, this undisputed shit with tag titles, and it's so stupid, bro. Because it's unfair, because we just have tag teams in there. What are they fighting for? For nothing. That's why the women league are dominating, because there's so much different stories, everything happening. No, all the tag championships in the men and all the world championships are stuck in the bloodline. It's so annoying. Not anymore. That was a good match. Logan Paul versus Seth Rollins, that was dope. KSI being the mascot for Prime was hilarious. Seth Rollins, I love the win. I love what it stood for. Get Logan Paul the fuck up out of here. We don't like what he stands for. Just here for clout. Get him out. Seth Rollins winning was dope. Way he won was everything as well. Then after that, we had Dominic Mysterio versus Rey Mysterio. That was a match. It was an okay match for me, but it was still dope. The entrances, Dominic trying to be fake tough, coming out with cops. Like, what? Who are you? You look like you got picked on in middle school, and you try to be a cholo emo kid, and they didn't accept you. Like, that was whack. But Rey Mysterio, but they both put on a show. It was a good fight. They both put on a show. Let me tell you that. Well deserved for them. Um, the tag. That's loud. The tag championships though. The Lita and Trish and the Man versus Damage Control. People were like, "Oh, is Damage Control gonna lose again?" Yes, because Trish Stratus isn't coming back, and she's not gonna come back for WrestleMania and then lose WrestleMania. Yeah, she was. They were gonna win. They were gonna win. I saw that coming. I saw that coming. That was gonna, but there was a reason. I believe there's a reason for all these the wins that happened so far. Every win in night one I called happened. Everyone who I thought was gonna won night one. Um, and then we get to the Charlotte versus Ripley. Yo, that match was mad. It started out, to me, anyways. The match started out whack. I thought the match was whack when it first started. It was like that first 3 minutes. It took a minute to pick up. I thought the match was just like lackluster. And then boy did it turn up. Somewhere Charlotte was they I don't know if her and Ripley talked in the middle like, yo, we gotta get into this. But that match picked up. Charlotte started pulling out everything out of the arsenal. Moonsaults out the ring, suplexes off the top rope. Everything was going crazy. Rhea and Rhea was going insane as well. She was a brute. She was. But the thing is, Charlotte is not just some small woman. So that fight that between them was just insane. And then the riptide off the top rope was crazy for Rhea to get the 1, 2, or 3. What I liked a lot of, because of course we all know wrestling is scripted. The wrestlers know who's winning before the match is over. Duh. So what I like is you see after the match is over, Charlotte is outside the ring. Camera shows her a few times. She's smiling and she's just nodding her head. She's broken character. She's lost. She doesn't got to stay in character. She's broken character already, and she's just like so proud of Rhea. Rhea's in the ring, still in character, going crazy. But you gotta read the lips, and you gotta look and try to hear very closely. You can barely hear, but you can read the lips and see it. Right before Rhea hits the riptide off the top rope, right before she does that, she turns her, and like right when she's about to pick her up, right before that moment she picks her up, she says thank you to Charlotte as like thank you for giving her this moment, and then hits her with it, and then Rhea already knows because once she hits it, you can see her emotional face like she's about to cry as she's pinning because she knows that this is the end of the match. And that 1, 2, 3, oh my god. I was so ecstatic. So ecstatic. That was such an amazing match. That match started as a 6, but ended high in a 9. And because of that, I'm giving it an 8. Now the last match of night 1. The Usos versus Sami Zayn and KO. Oh my god. I did not. At one point, I thought I knew where the match was going. Anybody who saw this fight, you did not know who was gonna win. There was no clear indicator. There was a point I was like, all right, when are they gonna call it? Who's gonna win this fucking fight? They did the D1, bro. That no one has ever kicked out of that move. Ever. Anytime that the Usos have ever done that move, it's been a 1, 2, 3. Sami Zayn has kicked out of that. Kicked out of 2 super kicks. Bro, he was kicking out everything. And then when they got him out the ring and it was just Kevin Owens, what is it? Jimmy super kicked him. The other one super kicked him. Then they double super kicked. Jay and Jimmy then both get on the top rope, and we're like, and at that point, I'm just like, okay, it's over. Because they show Sammy's still knocked out on the floor. They splash. They both do a frog splash on him. Sammy's still out the ring. I'm like, okay, no one's interfering. I guess it's done right here. 1, 2, 3, right? 1, 2. Kevin Owens kicks the fuck out. And I'm just go ecstatic. I'm like, what the fuck? Kevin Owens kicks out of the fuck, yo. And I'm like, there's no fucking way. Then they start fighting again. Sammy's back. Sammy gets tagged in. Jay is the legal tag. And Kevin gets to him, and then right when he gets him, the haluva kick straight to Jimmy. To Jay. Then he charges it up again, hits him for a second time, and then when he hits him the second time, Jimmy comes into the ring. Kevin Owens hits him with the stunner, stuns him outside the ring. And then he holds Jay right there, sets him back up, goes back for the haluva kick. Boom. Sammy hits him for the third time and gets the 1, 2, 3. Bro, the stadium roof exploded. That was such a pop at that moment. Oh my god. The vibe was insane. I could not believe that happened. I was like, wow. That was amazing. That match was a perfect 10 out of 10. It was emotional. It was, yo, those 4 men put on a fucking show. Such a show. What a banger night 1 was. Banger. One of the best WrestleManias I've ever seen. Night 1, if you told me that was just it, I would have been satisfied. Night 1 was a 9 out of 10. Now we get to night 2. Let's start it off with Brock Lesnar versus Omos. Match was probably no more than 5 minutes. I don't know what anyone expected from a match between Omos, who's big as fuck. He's like 7'3", I think. He can't move. He's not fast enough to move. He's too big to jump off anything. There's nothing he can really do. Brock Lesnar was Lesnar. He sold that match. He made you believe that match, and I did. Brock Lesnar was losing for most of the match. He got Omos. He tried to do the special. He tried to lift him for the F5. He couldn't. Omos tried to do his special, then he reversed it, and then he eventually hit him with the F5. Hit him with one F5, one and done, and that's it. 1, 2, 3. The match was over. And I was just like, people didn't like it, I guess, because I guess they expected more brutality because it was a Brock Lesnar match. But it was not just any Brock Lesnar match. It was Brock Lesnar versus a fucking giant. It's the same way if we saw when Andre the Giant fought, matches were quick. Great Khali, all his matches were quick. These men are too big to be moving that. They can't move. They literally can't do moves because everyone they fight is too small. They can't do the same moves that they would do. It would have to be a giant versus giant. And even that is trash. Look at the big dudes that we have. Josh Broman, they're big, but they're still not that big that they can move fast. Kane and Undertaker used to fly outside the ring because they had to put on a show. They knew that they were big, and their big moves can only get so far. So they had to do things that were extraordinary. Brock Lesnar tried to do that, like the suplexing him 3 times. Everybody was like, "Holy shit!" Oh yeah, because it was that's what you have to do. So the 8-woman tag match that lasted no more than 3 minutes was garbage. I give it a 5. Was garbage. Ronda Rousey needs to be taken out of the WWE. She is garbage. The way it ended was stupid. She submissioned Roxy for no more than 10 seconds before Roxy tapped. No struggle was put on. Liv and Roxy both did their best to sell the show, and it was bad. I forgot about NXT TakeOver. The only match I liked about there was the women's ladder match that I thought Gigi was going to win, and then she got screwed. Yeah, forgot about that. That NXT TakeOver match was better than the women's match. That was a ladder match. But yeah, we're back on WrestleMania Night 2. Night 2 was just so bad. The Hell in the Cell between Edge and Finn Balor, the Demon Finn Balor versus the Brood Edge. It was underwhelming. I guess I don't know what I expect. We expected more for Hell in a Cell fight. It felt like they just kept pulling out weapons after weapons, and that's what it felt like. It felt like they just kept an arsenal of chairs, ladders, kendo sticks. Um, Finn Balor hurt himself at one point, which slowed down the thing because he got busted open. But the medical team came to check on him. I guess it was like serious, but I guess he said he could keep on. But but it seemed like the match was supposed to go longer, but because of that, the match got cut short because that's what it felt like. Because after he got busted open, the match lasted probably like 3 minutes, a little bit longer after that, and then Edge won. Uh, it was a good way to end the story, Edge winning. I expected nothing else because it's been a year of this shit. Let's cut it. It was getting dry. That was over. And then we had Bianca Belair versus Asuka. Another match where their story was garbage. The story build-up wasn't believable. Asuka tormenting Bianca with mind games. No, she was doing mind games with Bianca every week. Was just confused. Like, you're just weird. And that's what happened. Bianca had so much confidence coming into this. And that match, they put on a good show, though. It wasn't better than Bianca Belair. I mean, Charlotte, Flair, and Rhea Ripley. And then Bianca defending beats Asuka, which she should, because Asuka didn't do anything to really deserve the championship. There was no emotional build up to the fight or anything. There was nothing amazing about this fight. Like just the overpowered John Cena moment that she has. I love when she gets it. Like, I call it the John Cena moment because John Cena, when he's like could be losing a fight and out of nowhere, this guy's just like lifting the Big Show, lifting two men on his back, and then hits him with a finisher, and that's what Bianca did. She just like slowly lifts Asuka while she has her in the submission, and then hits her with the KOD. So that was that, and then Bianca winning that. And then we get into Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes. Fam, I get it. We want Roman Reigns. The WWE wants him to hit 1,000 days of holding the titles. But at what cost, bro? At what cost? It's boring. The Bloodline story feud between Sami and they don't have their championship, so Roman is going to be flipping out on them. This was the perfect time to turn the American Nightmare to the American Dream and make his dream come true and win on the grandest stage of all. And if you just tossed Cody to the side after this and have somebody else feud with Roman, is disgusting. Simple as that. Cody is on a level right now where he's too good to go for a U.S. champion or Intercontinental Championship. He's too good to just be feuding with somebody just to feud. He has no one to feud with right now. No one interfered besides Solo, and Solo's still part of the bloodline. So feuding with Solo, still feuding with Roman. He is just on that level right now where the only feud he has is to be feuding with a champion. There's not another champion to feud with because Roman has both. So there's not, unless you, the only other thing I can think of if you prolong this feud to SummerSlam, Roman's not losing this shit at Backlash. He's not losing the championships at Backlash. No, no one ever loses anything at Backlash. Anytime there's a title match, no one ever loses it. Especially if they just won the title at WrestleMania, they're not losing it at Backlash. Um, I don't know. They had the Usos come in and then to interfere, and then you had Kevin Owens and Sammy come in to stop the Usos. They both did their finishers to Roman. We thought I knew the 1-2-3 was not going to happen right there. We thought the 1-2-3 was going to happen when testing. We thought the 1-2-3 was going to happen when Cody turned up and started doing his finisher 3 times. No, Solo comes in because Paul Heyman's distracting the referee. Solo hits him with the Samoan spike. And then Roman gives off this shitty spear that looked weak as fuck and wins the match. And I'm like, oh my god, bro. This is just tiring. And it's boring now. Now it's boring because you're pushing it. You're like it's oh my god. It's just so lame. I'm not even interested. It's to the point where Roman's story is not even interesting. The bloodline was only interesting because Sami Zayn. And then you moved, because you put Cody in the mix, you moved Sami out of that feud and made it a secondary feud for the bloodline with them and the Usos. Like, Sami's real beef wasn't with Jimmy or Jay, it was with Roman. And what, you thought it was over because they fought? No. And Sami lost? No. It's just this is such a great storyline, and it's dying because they want him to have the title for 1 billion years just to break 1,000 days. It's so lame. That match could have been a 9, was a 7. WrestleMania Night 2 was a 7 day. 7 was a 7, average of a 7, 6.5 maybe. Night 1, 9. One of the greatest WrestleMania moments happened that Night 1 ever. Night 1 had legendary moments from beginning to end. John Cena passing the torch to Austin Theory. Austin Theory having the fight beating his idol for the US Championship, the first title that John Cena won. And he beat him. That was amazing. From beginning to end, Night 1 was perfect. Night 2 dropped the fucking ball. Triple H wrote Night 1 and let a blind man write Night 2. So fucking garbage. But that's WrestleMania for everyone, right? We're gonna get into the comics now. Comic books. Yeah, so I'm timestamping all of this as well. So yeah, so if you want to skip through everything, I should have said that before I did the WrestleMania, but I put it in the description. The description shows everything to skip forward. So that's that. Let's get straight into the comics. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 8 comics. We have 8 issues this week. All right. Let's start with the last issue, which will be Indigo Children #1. Very lackluster. Not picking. God damn, the glare is serious. You can't even see this bad boy. It was just bad. Not picking any more up. I gotta do something with the lighting. The lighting looks super insane. Gotham City, Year 1, Issue 6. Gotham City's if I turn it have it like this a little bit. This was good. I like how it's just been a steady pace of awesomeness. This is adorable. It's Jeff the Shark. Marvel. I love when Marvel does these cutesy little things. I think I'm gonna have to put the covers here, right? And then we get into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, top 5 right now. This is an interesting top 5. Interesting top 5. In this top 5, there's 2 new issues that I've picked up. Alright, first we go with Dawn of the DC. This is their first issue for this Dawn. Well, Dawn of the DC. There's it's hard to explain. Issue number 28 of Harley Quinn, but this is the start of a new story arc for the new Dawn of the DC future. It's Harley Quinn trying to cope because Poison Ivy's away, and her feud with. First of all, this cover is wicked. This cover is dope as fuck. Oh, if I put it close, you can see it better. This cover is dope as fuck. Um, it's Harley Quinn versus Two-Face for most of it. She gets arrested. They tell her that we're gonna have to put you on probation and do community service. So she's a professor at a college. Two-Face breaks in there while they're fighting. She randomly pulls out a fish, a big ass glowing smiling fish. So it's the Joker's fish. Hits her over the face. Harley goes back home and is like, "What the fuck? I don't know what happened. I don't know where that came from." And then this whole portal opens up, and this woman, she's like a goddess, comes and tells her, "You've been fucking with the multiverse." Harley has some weird ability where she can literally pull things from the multiverse. And so the woman told her that item that um, you pulled it from a different dimension that a god needed to win a fight, and because you took that from them, they died. You are changing and altering the multiverse. So she was like, "Happens again, I'm gonna kill you, and if even if, to make sure you don't come back or anything, I'll destroy your whole planet." So that's how that's going. I thought it was actually pretty good. Like, I know the boys don't like me reading Harley Quinn. They were like, "Ew," and I was like, "They don't like Harley. I always liked Harley." I thought it was interesting. It was fun. I like to have fun sometimes. That was issue number 5. Number 4. Sorry, we're switching that up. Number 4. The Local Man. Ba-da-ba-ba. Oh, that's why if I have it. Ooh, I could keep it like this. Right. Gotta fight that glare. Fight that glare. Boom. Gotcha. The Local Man. Or we just put it close up as fuck. This issue was dope. Number 2. Um, so we saw Crossjack. He got put into the sheriff. They brought him down to the sheriff's department because his foe killed himself in prison. Well, didn't kill himself. Somebody killed him while he was in lockup, and they thought it was Crossjack or whatever. And he's like, "I'm fucking locked up. What the hell? I didn't even do anything." And so he's going on his own private investigation, trying to figure out who's doing it. It's so good because it really does feel like a tired, depressed Steve Rogers who just had it, and it's just like, you know what, fuck this, I'm coming back. So it ends with him just saying fuck everything, fuck the lawsuit, because he can't act like a superhero because he'll get sued. But he's just like, fuck this, I'm gonna do it myself. Puts on a mask, has like a shovel, and he goes off. I'd give this issue a number 7. Top 3 issue. This is a first issue. This is new also. It is by Mark Miller and Frank, nice name, Frank Quietly, The Ambassadors. The Ambassadors. 8 billion people, 6 can have superpowers. Who do you choose? Is the catchphrase. But it's about this woman who is basically a billionaire. The superpowers of the world are trying to create advanced humans to be better than the other countries, so they can be the first. America finds out that there's a woman who's doing this. They find out from intelligence that this is happening, and they're like, the worst part is she's not American. Some lady in Korea. She's such a super genius. Not only did she invent superpowers, she did this while she's in prison. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, she's in prison. We don't know the full crime yet, but her ex-husband had something where she's in prison and she's serving hella time. But she was able to create an extension of herself in an artificial being that now has like basically cloned herself, and that clone now has super abilities, and that clone owns is still her DNA, so owns the company with her assistant helping her. So she's like, soon this will be my permanent body, and the one in prison, if it dies, it dies. Who gives a fuck? Technically, I'm free. You serve them time, not me. And she says, I'm going to give powers to the world, and everyone's like, oh great, this is awesome. She's like, no, it's going to be more like Willy Wonka, a golden ticket. You don't have to be super rich. You don't have to be this. It's going to be 6 random people are going to get abilities, and it just makes you think like, you can't do that, but she is, and it just seems so interesting. I like the art also. By Frank Quietly, it was really dope. I like the illustration inside. It was awesome. I'd give this one an 8. Yeah, yeah. Number 2 for the week. No one's gonna believe me, but this was like one of the only covers they had. My chair stuck. Um, Number 2 for the week is Lovesick number 6. This cover is wild though. This cover is intense. Sheesh. Not with the Bodisi showing. I'm dead. um, Lovesick number 6. This issue had me just like, what? But the story was still so good, but it was just so much shit happening. So it starts of how we already seeing how Jack got Domino, but this shows how Domino was a little bit more created. Because Jack basically Domino, remember, so they go to like that huge party in the house or whatever. Domino's still submissive. But Domino's had enough and attacks somebody else's person. So Jack gets kicked out, and they told don't bring her back until she's like lobotomized or whatever. And Domino's like, no. Domino's kind of had enough. So is Jack. So Jack tells her, look, you need to forget all this. You need to forget everything you did. Blah blah blah. I'm done with you, and leaves her and on her front door. 6 months later pass. Jack is on the internet and sees that Domino starts making her own content. The Lovesick Club. She starts making her own she posted the video, the snuff film that she made with Jack, but you don't really see Jack in the video, so Jack is not outed. But if Jack was outed, they probably would have killed Domino. So she posted that. She posted some other stuff, and Jack comes and finds her. Not mad. Jack loves it, and then they go back home with each other. And they're just talking, whatever. Jack wants to be treated like one of the people in her videos. It's just so weird. She gives him a foot job, and we see it. And I was just disgusted. But the story kept going, and then it just ends of like with like what does Domino see? And it's just all the men she's killed behind Jack. I think she's going to ultimately kill Jack, because now she brought Jack back on to help her direct, because now it goes to present time. She brings Jack to help her direct now, and Jack is like, yeah, I'm down. And Domino's women are just like, why is this nigga here? Why is he here? So that's how that ends. The next issue is the final issue, Lovesick number 7. It's supposed to be huge too. I don't care what cover I like. I have to get cover A because it's the last one. But I'd give that like an 8.5. That cover is wild. Because I usually post images here of like what's happening. So you've seen some of the Lovesick ones. I was thinking of post like putting up like scenes from the comic, and I was just like, I have to be careful because this is like the foot job one. This is that. It was just funny. All right. Number 1 this week, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 by Boom Studios, written by Para, done by Mora. Number 4 of 5. So that means this is the second to last. But look at this one. I definitely got this variant because this shit looks adorable as fuck. This variant though is so cool. They're like cute little monsters, dinosaurs. Anyways, next issue will be the last issue, but this issue is crazy. Remember, so Shredder and the Ninja Turtles went to the other world to go find Rita and King and stop them from everything, while the Power Rangers are still in like this dino form, fighting off the armies, whatever, with the help of Splinter. I love that they did this thing because the Power Rangers are kind of struggling because they're humans, but now they're not. And the Black Ranger, he's like, I don't even know like what to do with my trunk, and Splinter just walks them through how to do this because he's like, you guys are fighting like you're human. You're not human anymore. You need to put those instincts aside and do this. Your body would react if you just give in to the animal instinct in you that you are now. And that's what happens. Like, so the Black Ranger's fighting, his trunk basically hits another dude, and he's like, oh shit, my trunk just did that. And he's like, yeah, just give into it and you will. And it's just it's dope because it's how the Splinter taught the Ninja Turtles, and he's teaching the Power Rangers. It was dope. Rita turns on freaking Casey because Casey was a good guy all along. Rita was like, you thought I didn't know that she told the turtles to come here, blah blah blah. So they set a trap for the turtles and Shredder, and they're losing. But in another room, because they're going from room to room in the facility, they find a morpher, but it's like one of those zero morphers or whatever. Oh my god, what happens is crazy because it's like all the villains are there and they can't beat them all. Shredder's like is still putting up a fight, but the turtles go, it's morphin' time, and fam, they look amazing. It was insane. Holy shit. And that's when I thought it was going to end. That's when I thought the issue was going to be over. Because then you see them fighting more, blah, blah. Then it gets back to the turtles. I mean, the Power Rangers. And boy, when it gets back to the Power Rangers, you think the Power Rangers are resting, whatever. Flip the page. It's Kang and a Megazord. I don't even think the Rangers can connect to the grid to connect to their Megazords. So I'm just thinking the Ninja Turtles are gonna come in their own Megazord for next issue because what? Oh my god, I need issue 5 to come. This issue was a 9. I need issue 5 to come. This was pause. This was so good though. Holy crap. What a pick of the week, ladies and gentlemen. They had me in the first half because it was slow. But the second half, these three papas, these three bad boys right here, killed it. Killed it. Those three were they were the golden children. They were the golden children. That is the pick of the week, ladies and gentlemen. But I got you for next week. Next week is a big pickup, bruh. Next week is a big pickup. We're looking at 12 issues. Might not get 12. Might be get 10 because I need to stop picking up for number ones just because they sound interesting. Planet of the Apes Volume 4 number 1. That's an easy cop. Must. I'm a huge Planet of the Apes fan. Gotta get it. Nightclub number 4. Can't wait. I heard Frank Miller says it's the best of the series right now. Spider-Man number 7. I need that to be over. Hell to Pay, finally, number 4. Where were you at, Hell? Amazing Spider-Man, Volume 6, number 23. I'm so close to stop picking this shit up. Batman, the Joker, the Deadly Duo, number 6. Can't wait for that. How I Became a Shoplifter, number 3. Cause I gotta have entertainment. I like the funny comics. Like just to have a good time. Cosmic Ghost Rider, number 2. I'm with it. Junk Rabbit, number 1. I think I might drop that, even though it looks cool and everything. I might not cop. Invincible Iron Man, number 4. Easy. Mosley, number 3. It's still getting picked up because it was so dope. Batman, number 134. Those are my pickups for next week, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you like the WrestleMania thing. This is a long video, but thank God we got timestamps. These are the comics of the week. Oh, wait, before I get into doing something cool like that, let me just give a little shout out. Sorry, Mike keeps dying. Um, Let me get a couple little shout outs to a few people. I'm going to tag their Instagrams below. But first shout out goes to Brianna Luke. She's a tattoo artist, a tattoo with B. Um that is her Instagram. And then we're going to give the next shout out to my a good friend Allie. Welcome to the Al Show, as she calls her social media. She has a new media, All Love Media podcast, and it's supporting women and push her doing different interviews with women. One of the first interviews she did was this tattoo artist. The video is up on her channel. I'll tag her Instagram in the channel below. Please go give a like, follow, share, and subscribe. Huge on the subscribe. I edited and put together the first interview. It was really dope, very inspiring. If you like tattoo artists and hearing about their work, go watch. If you want a tattoo done and everything, definitely go watch. Look at her tattoos. They all look dope as fuck, honestly. It's in New York. But yeah, go support, ladies and gentlemen. That's how we're doing with that. But to follow her media page, it is called all_love media. All Love Media and Podcast by my friend Allison. That's that. And these, ladies and gentlemen, are the comics of the week. Comics of the week. That was WrestleMania from this weekend, and I shall see you next week. Bye bye.
Yeah, all of the devils you made.